Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for the OWLs Readathon. Thank God it's time for the OWLs. I wait for the OWL Readathon all year. April is a lovely month. Just some round of applause for G, a booktuber from Book Roast who puts this whole readathon together. It is so fun, so intricate. She puts so much thought into it. She's literally one of the sweetest people alive, so I highly recommend checking out her channel and this readathon. You won't regret it. Before we go into the TBR section, I want to briefly describe the readathon in itself. So, the OWLs, the Ordinary Wizarding Levels, are an achievement test for Hogwarts wizards like you and me, of course, and basically this readathon is set off from that point. So this readathon is kind of like earning your degree. So you first pick a career to work towards, and G put together this amazing booklet of careers. It's seriously one of my favorite things. I literally want to print it out, stick it all over my wall. She did such an amazing job with it. So I decided to be a spellmaker, and in order to be a spellmaker, I have to pass 7 particular exams from my Hogwarts class. So each career has a different set of exams that you have to pass. Again, it's just like earning your degree. So if I want to be, for instance, an English major, you have to get all these gen eds out of the way and pass those. So for me, we're going to use me as an example, as a spellmaker, I have 7 exams, and each exam has a reading prompt attached to it. And if I read a book that fulfills the reading prompt, I passed my exam. And if I pass all 7 exams, meaning 7 books, then I get to be a spellmaker. Not a bad deal. Each career has a different number of exams, so if you don't want to read 7 books or you want to read more, there are careers that cater towards that. Even though I have 7 prompts for my particular career, I'm still going to be trying to read all 12. So we're going to start with the first 7, and then I'm just going to kind of slam dunk the rest of the 12 at the end of this video. Let's move on to the OWL TBR. April TBR! This one is fun. I could play with it forever. So the first exam that I have to pass is my astronomy exam, and for that I have to read a book that either has a heart on the cover or has the word heart in the title. So I'm going with Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I see this book and this author absolutely everywhere. I'm excited to see what all the hype is about. I don't really know much about it other than 2 boys looking adorable. At one point I flipped and I saw that they were wearing rugby uniforms, and I'm very excited for rugby. I have never watched rugby, but I love hockey, so I must love that too. This will be the first graphic novel that I have read, so I'm quite excited, if a little bit cautious. So it smells amazing. I just got a whiff when I did this, so hopefully it reads just as well. The second exam that I have to pass is arithmancy, where I have to read a book outside of my favorite genres. So that would probably be, let's do a Regency romance. I like them, but they're not my favorite. I only read a handful a year. So with that in mind, Accio Regency romance. Oh. Got it. The Wallflower Wager sounds adorable. He's next door. He's kind of a grumpy puss. They all are, aren't they? She collects rescue animals, any that need rescued, adopted. They look cute, so she's got a little menagerie next door. He's tired of it. He wants her to get rid of them. She says she'll only get rid of them if he finds them all loving homes. And they fall in love. So kind of an enemies to lovers, Regency, you know, she's got to melt his heart, so perfect. Quick read, Tessa Dare. Nothing could go wrong. The third exam that I have to pass is my astronomy exam. And, you know, I love the stars, I love the night sky, y'all know that's like kind of my brand, I love it. But, you know, the fiery balls of gas, like science part of it, no, I don't really care. I prefer to think of it as like a magical place up in the sky, but, you know, I must pass the exam. So for this one, I have to read a book solely when it's dark outside. So the entire book has to be read when the night sky's out. And for that, I'm going to read The Highland Conquest by Heather McCollums. This is an arc that I have to read for this month. Highlander. It doesn't take place in London, like most Regency romances. So I don't even think this can be considered a Regency if it doesn't take place in London. I'll have to think about that. Oh wait, I do know about this one. Ooh, this is like a kidnapping one. So he's like chief of a clan and she's the young, just elected chief of her clan, and he kidnaps her and weds her, and she doesn't like that. So we'll see how this goes. My next exam is my second favorite class, Charms, with Professor Flitwick. For this one, he's having us read a book with a white cover. I love that man. He takes things easy on us. And for that, what shall we pick? Accio white cover. Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. So this is a book that my buddy Emmy has been begging me to read, so I hope she's happy. Emmy, here you go. I don't know anything about this, except it says, let them fear her. It seems kind of wicked saintly. Here on the cover, there's blood, there's a stunning spine. The blurbs sound interesting. Snow-frosted, blood-drenched fairy tale, gothic jewel of a story. It destroyed me. Dark, bloody, monstrously romantic. Seductively dark and entertaining. A book where the monsters steal your heart and love ends up being the nightmare. I am excited to read this. It's got deckled pages, which I just discovered. That's kind of fun. So, yay! Good pick. This wand, it's really doing its job. The wand chooses the wizard, Kate. Indeed. My next exam is probably the one I'm looking forward to least. Not because it's necessarily hard, just because, well, it's divination. Professor Trelawney has left things up to the fates and had us run a number generator for which book to read. And at number 107, I will be reading Code of Honor by April White. This is an arc that I have to read for this month, so another great pick. In this one, ooh, let me put that away. In this one, she's an art thief, and he is an employee at a security firm. Romantic suspense? Yes, please. For History of Magic, I have to read an autobiography on a book featuring witches or wizards. I don't know why, I'm around them all the time, including myself. I have a wand, I am a witch. Clearly, I could just write myself a letter and it would count. Wouldn't that be nice? No. Instead, I'm going to read The Wonkiest Witch by Jeannie Witcherly. Oh, that's gotta be a pen name. Her name is not Witcherly. That's funny. This one is basically a cozy mystery about a witch, a wonky witch, because her magic usually goes wonky, who runs an inn, except there's a murder. There's been a murder. I haven't seen The Office. I can't make that joke. I just have friends who make it all the time. It seems like a nice, cozy, dorky mystery, and this just looks like it'd be fun to curl up in front of the fire with. It just looks cute. It's available on Kindle Unlimited, so free. My next exam is Transfiguration, my favorite class, as if Professor McGonagall would let me say anything else. And for this I have to read a book that features shapeshifting, which is one of my favorite genres. Paranormal romance. Is there anything better? Sometimes, but it's one of the best ones. For that, I'm going to be reading Wolf Song by TJ Klune. This is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. I've heard so much goodness about this. I really hope it doesn't let me down. It's a fated mates paranormal romance between two neighbor boys. One's a little bit older, one's a little bit younger. One of them moved away and then came back, and he's not such a little boy anymore. That's all that I know. I must read this. It came available in my library as an ebook, and thank God. I'm not going to buy it until I read it because it is a little bit more expensive than the average paperback. But if it's good, it'll be worth it. So I'm so excited for that one. That is the end of all of my required classes for the OWLs. However, I did tell you that I am going to take a few extra classes, like the overachiever I am. Just call me Hermione. So, I'm gonna take my time turner and I'm gonna get more exams done, because, you know, spellmaker, maybe I want to be a spellmaker with a PhD. Enough kidding around. Let's get to the rest of the TBR, shall we? For my Care of Magical Creatures exam, proctored by Hagrid, one of my other favorite teachers, I have to read a book that has a beak on the cover. What an odd challenge, but kind of fun. So I've read The Raven King, and I was gonna look at an Enchantment of Raisins. An Enchantment of Raisins? An Enchantment of Ravens. Whew. And for that, Accio book. Oh. Lament by Maggie Stiefvater. So Lament is next. I don't really know about it other than there's a girl, she can see fairies, she sees a fairy, he's cute, he's sent to kill her because he's an assassin. For my Defense Against the Dark Arts exam, proctored, well, who is it this year? There's been so many, it's kind of hard to keep track. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, I have to read a book set in the sea or on the coast. Set in the sea or on the coast. Well, I've read A Daughter of the Pirate King. I've read Seafire. I've read Wildest Dreams. What else do I have? Accio set on the sea or the coast. Oh. I almost didn't make it. Scorpio Races, another Maggie Stiefvater one I have not read, so this will be pretty fun. This one, there are, how are they described? Savage water horses getting raced. She needs the money for her family, so Puck, yes, that's her name, enters the race and meets a mysterious Sean, who's the only one who can control these savage water horses. For herbology, taught by Professor Longbottom, I have to read a book that starts with the letter M. Why am I thinking? Accio book that starts with the letter M. Oh. This is getting dangerous. Making a Play by Abby Glines. It's a pretty good series. I do enjoy it. It's based off the quintessential high school romance in small town where Friday night football is everything and the field parties after that are even better. And this, I believe, is the 5th book. I can confirm it is the 5th book. The series also manages to handle pretty tough issues. This one, she's deaf, she's new, her cousin. I don't know why she's new when her twin brother is on the football team. I don't know if he's new as well, but she is deaf, and one of the other football players, a senior, is interested in her. We know Riker, he's been in the series. I'm pretty excited to see how this one plays out. My next exam is for Muggle Studies, and for that we have to read a contemporary romance, which is set from the perspective of a Muggle. Set from the perspective of a Muggle. Isn't that how she says it? You performed a Bertranish time in the presence of a Muggle. That voice. Accio book about a Muggle. The Chase by Elle Kennedy. Elle Kennedy is a great author, especially when she writes in conjunction with Serena Bowen. They write some of my favorite books that way. So this one follows a college student. She's living with her brother and a couple of his friends in an apartment. So it's the typical case of the brother's best friend, but they don't like each other, but they lust each other, and eventually I think they will love each other. So, a little bit of hate to love, forced proximity. I'm excited. The next class is my potions class, taught by Professor Slughorn, and for that I have to read a book under 150 pages. For that I'm going to read Fence by P.C. Packet? I don't know. I really enjoyed her Captive Prince trilogy, so I am anxious to see what this graphic novel brings. A lot of people seem to like it. It seems adorable, don't really know that much about it other than it's about fencing. So I'm gonna dive in. This will be my second graphic novel, all in a single month, so it's a pretty special month if I do say so myself. but I am excited to finally give this one a try. Thanks for sticking around to hear my OWLs TBR. That's not all the books I'm reading this month. I will link my full April TBR in the description box below. That will be on a blog post. I am a blogger, that's where I shine, so feel free to check it out. I created BookTube to run alongside of my blog and because it's kind of really fun. So I am reading several other books because I have Romanceopoly to take care of. That really hurt. I just fully sobbed. Oh. I've run out of things to say. I think that means the video is done. I hope you guys have a wonderful month. If you're taking part in the OWLs, I want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. I think we're done here. Oh, and if you're worried about not getting your reading done this month, to that I say, ridiculous! Your fears just exploded. Bye now.